you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today I'm going to be talking all about fall fashion trends that we can expect to see or are already seeing this year for 2022. So I thought it would be fun to talk about some trends, but also talk about why I'm not going to be following those trends. So these are all fashion trends that are happening this year that I don't plan to follow. If you want to see a video on all the fashion trends that I am loving and that I do want to follow and where I'm adding those pieces from and how they're wearable and all of that, let me know in the comments down below, and also give this video a thumbs up. I think it is kind of fun in this age that I am in now that I'm seeing trends come full circle completely to the styles that I used to wear back in like high school and college, coming back into style. And I always used to listen to my mom and people talk about how trends just keep coming back, but I always was like, no, we're revolutionary. That's not true. But in fact, it is very true, and I can see it in a lot of the trends that are happening now. So before I do jump in, trends are fun. If you want to follow any of these trends that I personally won't be, that's totally okay. I just thought it would be cool to talk about this and give you my opinion on it. Okay, the first item is the ultra baggy low-rise pants. Now these can come in jeans, trousers, anything like that. I just find as I get older, I'm less concerned with trends and I'm more concerned with what suits my body type. And I'm also more concerned with consumption and what I'm purchasing that's going to be in my wardrobe for the long haul. So ultra baggy pants, I know, low rise, wide leg, all of that, so popular right now. I just personally find that they don't fit my style. I like a more relaxed fit. So much. Love a good relaxed denim fit, a boyfriend fit as you will, but that's about as baggy and low rise as I'm going to get in my current life. And that's just because I'm more concerned about what suits my body. I find clothes that accentuate the shape that I already have instead of doing nothing for me. So that is why I will not be hopping on the low rise, ultra baggy, ultra loose fitting denim this year. Okay, trend number 2 is leather. I love a good leather jacket, but we are seeing leather come in ways of blazers and trench coats, and I feel as though it can be a little too much. I personally love a cropped moto jacket. I don't think they ever go out of style. I think it's a wearable, approachable way to add leather into your collection, especially when you typically have a very soft classic look. I think I struggled to add leather to my collection for a really long time until I found the jacket that fit me the best and added a little bit of edge but still remained true to me. So when I saw leather trenches, leather blazers, I know blazers are huge right now. They're super trendy, but leather I couldn't necessarily get behind. That's just personal for me. I just don't feel like it complements my traditional style, and that's what I feel like trends should do. I think they should complement what you already have in your wardrobe instead of try to change your fashion sense with the trends. But if any of these trends are resonating with you, definitely check out your local thrift store, because honestly, since they're recycling, you might be able to find these because they were popular a couple of years ago. So definitely check out that if you are curious to try out any of these trends. But with anything, I think you can find some super affordable, reasonable, trendy pieces that are cool to add to your wardrobe if a leather blazer is something that you'd be interested in. For me, it's too much leather. I do like a cropped moto jacket, and I will continue wearing that into this season for fall. Okay. Trend number 3 is actually kind of like a style more than anything, and it is the preppy punk style. So it's taking those classic fits, those classic pieces, and kind of edging them up a bit. So we're talking about a very classic fitted dress, but with like flannel and leather and just different belts and different things like that. I personally love preppy style. I love classic pieces like this button down. Obviously it's a bit more oversized, so it's not, I wouldn't consider it like ultra preppy, but I love that classic look. I think that is definitely here to stay. But personally, not a huge fan of the punk look, but again, I was back in high school, so I understand why it's coming back. I think there are wearable ways to do this. Flannel is a fun way to add some interest, some classic with a button down, but a little spicy with the fact that it being a little punk, I guess. I don't really consider flannel punk, but belts, the skirts with belts, leather, all that kind of stuff is considered your preppy punk, and it is something that doesn't necessarily resonate with my wardrobe. I would say if I had to classify myself, others classify me as this, it is coastal grandma. That vibe suits me the best, but if you are interested in that, then that is coming back full spirit, is the preppy punk, the classic silhouettes with a fun, grungy sort of spin on it. Okay, trend number 4 is mohair colorful sweaters. So mohair is just that material that kind of comes out from the sweater. It gives a little more texture, a little more feel. I love this personally. I am somebody who, this is a trend that I will follow. I love colorful sweaters, and I love that colorful sweaters are coming back in for the fall. I think that fall can kind of get that bad rap of like everything has to be neutral and it has to be very, you know, da 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 da, but there's so many fun ways to add color that can still be so versatile in your collection. So I'm excited to see colorful sweaters making its way into the fall. But I will say adding fuzzy textures in different sweaters can just be kind of a statement piece in themselves, but make sure it's a color that's versatile enough in your collection so that you can continue to wear this for multiple seasons and transition it seamlessly into your own capsule wardrobe that you currently have for the fall. Okay, trend number 5 is bomber jackets. Now bomber jackets really had their moment for a while, even a couple years ago, and I think bomber jackets are such a classic silhouette that really is a fun sporty vibe, but also can be so like timeless. But the trend of this year is more oversized bomber jackets. So baggy, oversized, more relaxed fit than the cropped bomber that I think really took over a couple years ago. I love a bomber jacket. I think with anything, when you're looking to invest in a jacket or something like that, because typically they're a more expensive item, you'll see some years like a puffer or a bomber, they'll come in and they'll be like cropped this season, long the next season. I think if you can find a classic fitting bomber, puffer jacket, whatever it is, you'll always be like fashion forward, but you won't be having to buy the new length every year, if that makes sense. So stick with, if you're interested in getting a bomber, don't necessarily focus on an oversized long or either cropped tight fitting. I would say find some place in the middle. You're safe with that and it will last you a whole lot longer and continue to be a staple in your fall wardrobe. Okay, trend number 6 is a trend that I am totally on board with, and it is specifically white tank tee with jeans. This look I feel like is so classic. I can't even believe that they're calling it a fall trend, but it is something that I absolutely love. And if you've not seen, I have a whole video on 10 ways that I style a basic pair of straight leg denim with a white tee. I will leave that in the cards up here, as well as linked in the description box down below. Such a fun video to do. I love taking very basics and styling in a million different ways. I have a whole playlist on my channel for videos like that. So I'm excited that tanks and jeans are in. I think for fall, I lean more towards a t-shirt / long sleeve, but denim is back. I feel like a lot of people put denim away for the summer. I never do because I'm obsessed with denim. There is nothing better than a good fitting pair of denim, and I know that straight leg denim is very in this year. If you have not made that jump yet, totally understand. Skinny jeans look great on a lot of people, but I think you can find some really good straight-legged denim without rips in that medium wash from Abercrombie, which you'll absolutely love, that I use in that styling video. So again, white tank, jeans, you're seeing more racer tanks, just different kind of fun tanks to that are a little bit tighter, where I feel like in the past things used to be a little bit more loose and things like that. Now we're seeing a tighter top with a looser bottom, and I can get on that trend. I like that balance. Okay, trend number 7 is like long skirts, long dresses. Think maxi, but even more maxi, where it's like basically skimming the floor hemlines. This is popular for most things. I think we saw cropped denim, we saw cropped mini skirts and short things over the summer, and now we are seeing more long lined hemlines. And this is something that I don't feel like I will be hopping on board with. I don't wear a lot of dresses throughout the fall and winter. I just find that they're kind of, I don't know, one note. I know it's easy for a lot of people to just put on a dress and it's a whole outfit, but I enjoy the contrast and the differentiating pieces of putting together an outfit. I enjoy that. But if you are into it, that's what's back. I think that maxi dresses are obviously a lot more versatile than a mini dress. Personally, you can wear cardigans over the top of them, jackets, sweaters that make it look like a skirt, but these are coming back. So think of your sweater dresses. Don't lean towards the cropped short ones, lean more towards the long ones if it's something that you want to be on trend with. But personally for me, I don't resonate with clothes that go all the way down to the bottom. I feel like they make me feel a bit frumpy, slash they don't give me enough like balance. Like if it's gonna be long sleeve and it goes all the way to the floor, I don't love that. I like more of like a long sleeve, shorter fit, or skinny on top, longer on the bottom, if that makes sense. So this is not a trend that you will see me following, but if it is something that you would, I would recommend a more form-fitting, longer, full length, like a knit dress of some sort that goes all the way to the ground, and then you will be trending for this fall. Not going to make its way into my closet though. Okay, trend number 8. I feel like I wore a tailored waistcoat back when I was in like 5th grade. I'm not gonna lie, probably if I could find my school picture, I would link it for you. They're very in. I find that they kind of replaced the sweater vest from last year, which I don't think is really going away, but it's a much more tailored fit. And I think we're seeing that more as trends continue, is a more tailored look. Not something that I would necessarily enter back into my life. If you're in the workwear world, it would be a really cool accessory to throw on with a button down or a classic top to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. But personally, it's not wearable enough for me to fit into my everyday wardrobe, so it is not making its way into my closet. All right, and trend number 9 is trench coats, but specifically statement style trench coats, where there's more interest to it than the classic trench coat. And again, with this, I state back that you can stick with the basics, stick with the classic fit. It will never go out, but you will see different variations, and that's just fashion companies trying to get you to buy more. So when I say that a trench coat is timeless and it can be, you can invest high in it, I just personally bought one from Old Navy not too long ago and I absolutely love it. But I think that you can go with a basic, classic fitting, traditional, timeless trench coat, and you don't necessarily have to go with a statement. But if a trench coat is something that you already have in your wardrobe, something you wear the heck out of, then it would be a fun way to add a different look to yourself with adding a more statement sleeve, statement color trench coat, because they are huge this fall. All right, and then trend number 10, the last clothing piece, and then we're getting into shoes and accessories, are cargo pants. Now, cargo pants, I feel like, are a pretty classic look. They've been around for years and years, but I see them come back into action with a completely different vibe this year, and it is just not something that I want to get on board with. I did find a pair that fit my style from Target. They're very like a chino with a cargo pocket on the side. I wouldn't consider them necessarily like full-blown trend, but that is a wearable, fun way to add this trend into your closet. And again, I do have some of those trends that if you're curious to check out and let me know, I can talk to more about wearable trends and how to incorporate those into your wardrobe. But cargo pants are back. They are huge. There are so many different varieties that you can get. You can get very structured, tight at the bottom, more wide leg towards the leg. You can get jogger style cargo pants, which I have personally have a pair and love those as well. Or you can get the completely loose fitting, low rise, like baggy, grungy sort of fit from Abercrombie. I literally had these exact pair when I was in high school. I remember it to a T. I wore them all the time. I wore them to my picture day, I'm pretty sure. I absolutely loved those. So if that's something that you want to reminisce and bring them back into your life, they're huge right now, but preferably I choose a more wearable trend for the cargo pants, but those are back. So hop on if you're interested. So before we get into shoes, let's talk accessories. So trend number 11 is actually the return of costume jewelry. So this is really my first introduction into purchasing a lot of jewelry. It was costume jewelry, the big statement necklace, the chunky rings, the chunky bracelets. But does anyone even remember like the rubber bracelets that used to come all the way up to your arm? That was such a trend back then. But when I was in college, it was statement fun, colored, chunky rings, chunky necklaces, earrings, all of that. It's coming back. I'm not completely opposed to it, but you have to be very careful with statement jewelry. It's not something I feel like you should ever invest in, because it literally, they make the dupes look identical to it, because I feel like costume jewelry already looks kind of cheap and tacky to begin with. So I think it's something, if you're curious to try it out, hit up stores like Amazon, H&M, things like that, to be able to find some costume jewelry that's really fun, but it doesn't break the bank, because in reality, it looks the exact same as the Gucci ring that they're putting out for $5,000. So colorful, fun, bulky jewelry, rings, they're all coming back, which is a complete shift from the dainty gold clean girl aesthetic. So we will just see if all these clean girls go chunky costume. I don't know. I'm curious. I personally will not be adding too much more costume jewelry into my wardrobe, because I have a much more refined style personally right at this moment, but don't count me out. Okay, and with accessories, we have the oversized, what is called a workhorse bag. So this is a bag that does it all. That is your everything. If y'all have been on YouTube or watched YouTube for years and years, this is back in the day when the what's in my purse, what's in my bag existed, because we used to carry giant tote bags with us. So we're seeing those come back. We're seeing those one size fits all. I think it also has to do with returning back to office. We're seeing bigger bags that you can keep your laptop in, your planners in, all of that, instead of small side bags. Now, I still am a huge small bag kind of girl, because I'm a mom. I carry what I need, and then I carry a diaper bag. But is it time to do it all in one bag? Who knows? We'll see if I make that transition, that trend. I do still have like my classic Louis Vuitton Neverfull and things like that, so I do have larger bags, but I don't carry them around like purses. So we'll see if that trend makes its way into my life. But those oversized totes, we're seeing them come back. That does it all bag that you can put your work stuff in, your lunch in, all of it. It's back with a vengeance. So if a workhorse bag is something that fits into your life, hop on it. It's a trend that I feel like if you invest in that kind of bag, it really will last you forever. It will just come and go, but you can use it as a carry-on bag, which is what I do with mine. Okay, let's talk trends for shoes. Trend number 12 is cowboy boots. I just can't, you guys. I just cannot get on board with this trend. I think it's cute with dresses and shorts and things like that, if that's your aesthetic. It's not mine. It just reminds me of bachelorette party in Nashville personally. I don't know. I just can't fully get behind it. I lived in Texas for 2 years and I didn't get behind it there. I don't plan on getting behind it here in Illinois, but if you love cowboy boots and you invested in a pair years and years ago, they are back. They are fun. They're black cowboy boots, tan cowboy boots, cow print, like they're everywhere. Short ones, tall ones, all of them. Just not in line with my current style. So I will not be hopping on the cowboy boot trend. But let me know in the comments. Is that a trend you want to try? With any of these, let me know. Maybe you all are way more trendier than I am, but that is not a trend I'm going to be adding into my wardrobe. All right, for another shoe trend, we have the loafers. We have the chunky loafers. We have the more square-toed loafers as opposed to the pointed toe loafers. We saw square toes come back into style really over the last couple of spring summer seasons, and that trend replaced the round toe, which then replaced the pointed stiletto toe. So you'll see that kind of toe trend in and out. I think you can never go wrong with a rounded toe. I think it is always kind of that right in between mark for me. Loafers are not something that I feel like would fit my everyday style. I'm more of like a slide mule sort of person. I feel like personally that's more of an approachable way to the loafer, but if you are in a sort of corporate or work world, the chunky loafer is a really cool trend to get onto. But for me, I don't see myself doing it because I do not go and wear outfits that would require a loafer that's chunky. So personally, that is not something that I'm going to do. But if you are in the market for a pair of loafers, look at the square loafers. Those are coming back. That sort of square toe is becoming a bit more modern. So whether you go with a chunky loafer or you go with a low loafer with a square toe, that's what's trending. But again, not making its way back into my wardrobe. Okay, and then the last trend and the last shoe trend and the last trend of it all is ballet flats. They're coming back, and y'all, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be a huge ballet flat girl. Oh my God, did I own the Tory Burch ballet flats. I feel as though I would, if I wanted to really invest. I feel like the Chanel ballet flats are so timeless. They're so cute. I feel with all the straight legs, the wide legs, the baggier pants, that subtle, feminine, sweet little ballet flat really does complement those styles. And I will never forget looking back at those trends. It's funny that I'm sitting here now and I'm like, I'm never gonna follow those trends. But in reality, I never thought that they would go away, but they did. So ballet flats are back. If it's something that you love, go ahead and hop on. It's not something that I'm gonna run out and grab, but it is something that I would consider. Which trends, if any of the ones that I listed, I think I listed like 15 different trends, from clothes to shoes to accessories, are you planning to add into your wardrobe this fall? Unfortunately, most of these 15 that I mentioned will not be making their way into my wardrobe. Again, if you're curious to see which fall trends that I plan to add to my wardrobe, let me know. It will be different than my capsule wardrobe per se, which will be coming up very soon, I swear. I love making these sort of fashion videos. I find them really fun. Let me know if you like this video by leaving a comment down below and giving this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.